Bitcoin, it has dropped below $56,000. It hit its lowest point since early August. This all is in the midst of a broader market downturn. The decline coincides with a steep loss in U.S. Asian equity markets, where the NASDAQ 100 and S&P 500 fell up to 3.5%. All of this is after weak jobs, manufacturing data, and rising fears of an economic slowdown. We also have the downturn. It extended into Asian markets, with Japan's Nikkei dropping over 4% after opening. Overall, the total crypto market cap fell by $100 billion in the last 24 hours. And we are going to get right into things. Here we go. What is going on? The secret sauce for today. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. That is by the infamous and famous Mark Twain. On the docket today, this is the final capitulation before the boom, in my opinion. Nvidia got crushed today. Sui Play OX1 has a new release date, and your Alexa is about to get an upgrade. Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Wednesday. It is September 4th, and it is time for some rare bits. Today, the Crypto Greed and Fear Index came in at a 27. We were actually +1 from yesterday. Bitcoin dominance, it is down, as you can imagine. So is Ethereum dominance. Total crypto market cap is coming in at about $2.034 trillion. That is a 4.11% loss in the last 24 hours. Volume is also up in the last 24 hours, which is surprising. I guess volume and liquidations coincide. Top crypto search term for the normies is ticker sign DOGS. It is up, down 38% on the 7-day. We're going to take a look at that shortly. And 62 days until the United States presidential election. And this is some news that is just in. We are feeling Grayscale's impact. The SEC's rejection of the Grayscale spot Bitcoin ETF application continues to hinder the broader crypto market on the whole. Particularly Ethereum, we are seeing it just suffer. Ongoing inflows into the ETF for Ethereum do suggest that investors are interested. I think on the timeline, people are saying absolutely Ethereum is dead, which makes me believe that it is possibly the time to start scooping Ethereum. Now, it struggles. The network revenue has recently plummeted. It is raising overall concerns about its viability. The decline can be attributed to factors like lower transaction activity and increased competition by some of these other upcoming blockchains. We have Bitcoin's future. It is recent behavior it actually almost mirrors perfectly historical data. But there are some kinks in the plan. There are some potential stabilizations that we are looking for. This suggests that despite short-term fluctuations, Bitcoin's long-term value proposition is absolutely intact. We just have to get through this little rough patch. Now, we have some regulatory developments to talk about super quick. The news of Cantor Fitzgerald's predicting the U.S. bank to hold Bitcoin within the next 5 years is a very promising thing to hear. So Cantor Fitzgerald, this prediction has just come out, having banks hold BTC on their ledger. Wow. Think of how, I don't think that's what we want. I think banks are trying to find a way to stay relevant in an ecosystem that really doesn't need them. So it will give it some legitimacy. And I do believe if we get to the point where banks want it on their ledger, it is time to stop using the banking system. Next up, the overall crypto market cap, it is facing complex landscape. We talked about it yesterday with some jobs report numbers coming out. Quite a few things are happening. We're going to get into all these things. And before we do, we are going to check the numbers for the nerds. And as I do that, I'm just blowing something up, and let's see what we got on the Jumbotron today. And what a difference a day makes. It is absolutely so nice to see some green back in the map. But look at that. Ton is just absolutely getting clobbered. There is probably some news that is coming out, I think, in the back channels about Pavel. So it's going to be interesting to watch this develop. Currently, Bitcoin is trading at $58,112. It is flat for the day. Ethereum, $2,462. It is also kind of flat for the day. BNB trading at $511, down 2.4%. Salamis is up 3.6%. 6% trading at 134. XRP trading at 56 cents. Dogecoin, 9 cents. Tron, 15 cents. Everything is flat for the day. We do have Toncoin down 6% on the day, 14% on the week. So is there a story to be told there? We're going to scratch the surface on that tomorrow in the Substack. And my list of things is anything breaking out today to the good. We have Dog with Hat up 9%. Brett back in the mix, coming up 5.9%. Mumu the Bull shouting things out, up 4.7%. And Radium up 4.3%. Things we love to see. Popular search terms and visits for many of the normies. The number one search term for the normies, for people that are looking for crypto at the moment, is Starknet. Ticker sign STRK. It is up 14.5% on the 7-day. This is Elon Musk's only publicly held company. This is an interesting token. Do some research on it. And the top 20 most visited coins in the last 7 days: Blum, Dogs, Toe Market, Bitcoin, and Toncoin. We are really seeing fucking Toncoin suffer. Also, we have Dogs down 26.4%. Again, that raised in notoriety off of Pavel Durov's arrest, so it's interesting to see this drop back down. Top meme coins by market capitalization. We have everybody back in the green, including Whiff, Brett, Popcat, Shiba Inu, Bohm, Doge, Floki. The only one not in the green today is, you guessed it, it would be Dogs. And Dogs is coming in, actually it's 1.22% up in the 24 hours at the moment. In the last hour, top meme coin movers, we have Nero, Mumu the Bull, and Dog with Hat making some moves in the last hour. We will take it. Now, we're going to check super on the poly market. I wanted to pull up some of the things that are moving. Today's topic is science. So 2024, will August be the hottest month on record thus far? There is a 98% chance that is true. We probably have records in, so that has probably become true. Will we have a mega earthquake in September? How many named storms during the Atlantic hurricane season do we expect? That is just starting to kick up. How many cases of confirmed monkeypox do we see in the United States by September 30th? So it went from will we see any to how many? So these are always interesting developments that make me smile to follow along with. Now, looking at some of the top meme coin movers. This is from my Substack this morning. Biggest gainers: Rollbit, Wrapped, XM, FTX token, ticker sign FTT, Avail, and Bitcoin SV. What's funny is yesterday, Rollbit was on the biggest losers. Also, Sundog was on the biggest winners. It is now on the biggest losers. So these coins flip-flop back and forth. This just highlights the absolute crazy volatility in this space. There is no way to keep sane when watching these numbers. On the downside, we have Sundogs, Layer Zero, and Superver, ticker sign SUPER, all down 11 to 13% on the day. Now, as far as election results, this has been updated. I think Trump is possibly up 1 more percentage point, but it seems like Trump is the betting man's favorite for who will be in the White House come January. We have elections coming up in 62 days. Holy shit. Now, before we get into the news, and it's funny, I never considered myself a history buff, but in tech, I think there's so many interesting things, and I've seen so much of this stuff come of age. So on this day in history, circa 1995, Pierre Audemars, he launched an online auction site. It was called eBay. When he initially launched it, it was called Auction Web, and he decided to do this as a hobby project. He basically put some items up for sale on Auction Web. One of the items was a broken laser pointer. And basically, as soon as he put this up online, somebody purchased the broken laser pointer for $14.83. At that point, Pierre actually phoned the person who purchased the laser pointer and said, "Do you know that it's broken?" And the guy said, "Yes, I collect broken laser pointers." And that is how eBay was born. 1995 to now. Holy shit. Next up, we have Sui Play, the OX1. It is a forthcoming handheld gaming device. It is set for a 2025 release. It is developed by Playtron, which means it is going to be jam-packed with function, good UX, UI, and all of the things. They're doing this in collaboration with Miston Labs, the creators of Sui blockchains. The price tag, $599. It aims to rival devices like the Steam Deck. It offers both PC and crypto gaming capabilities. The device features a 7-inch LCD IPS screen, AMD Ryzen 7, and an awesome CPU with a ton of SSD storage. What are we talking about? 512 gigabytes. It's fucking amazing. All this is going to run on the Linux-based Playtron OS. Sui OX1 will integrate web functionality at the OS level, allowing for seamless blockchain interactions. I have been talking about this for a minute kind of in my Substack. I think these handheld devices are going to be, it's not going to be a tablet, it's not going to be a phone. I think we're going to have another device that not only will be a gaming device, but at some point it will be the interactivity point between our AR or VR goggles. No more heavy headset. I think we're going to have one of these devices be the brain for everything. So it's interesting to see this come of age and kind of get through the cracks and become a mainstream thing. So hats off to Sui bringing this out. Next up, we have Hyperspace. If you guys have ever traded NFTs on this marketplace, it is about to go. So if you have things listed there, you want to delist them, get them off that marketplace because they are closing down the 17th of September. Users are advised to delist their NFTs before this date. The platform, which launched in 2021 and was backed by major crypto influencers and venture firms, they decided to shut things down. What's funny is it all operates on the Sui blockchain. So the move comes amid a broader downturn in the NFT market space. It would be interesting if Hyperspace decided to become a Sui gaming place. There you go. So anyway, they decided to sunset this, which is a term that I absolutely hate, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. On-chain data reveals that Bitcoin market value to realized value, the MBRV Z-score, is absolutely giving us a bearish signal at the moment. This is not what you want to hear at this moment in time. The 30-day moving average, it recently crossed below the 365 MA. Not things we want to see. This is a pattern that is historically associated with bear markets. And is this something that is telling of the future? There is a bunch of speculation, and I mentioned at the top of the show that we are mirroring some previous patterns. There's also this growing story that we are going to break patterns. And I don't see why we wouldn't. Patterns are great. They are meant to be broken. There's so many things culminating at the moment. We are ripe for an instigator to just turn this shit to another level. So I hope these things happen in the near future. Next up, Sui is all over the place. The blockchain is pioneering interestless transactions. They're using radio waves. So this is absolutely awesome, okay? Internetless transactions. No more Wi-Fi, no more none of that shit. This is a game changer. And when you think about crypto changing the game and becoming a playing field that's level for everybody, access to cryptocurrency via the radio airwaves is absolutely brilliant. So this innovation allows for transactions to be transmitted through various communication channels, making crypto payments possible during internet outages or low connectivity areas, aka most of the world. Sui has successfully tested this method and is now focusing on integrating it with Internet of Things, the IoT devices, and they approach to find wide financial access, especially in regions with limited connectivity, aka leveling the playing field for absolutely everybody. They are going to be targeting markets like Africa. They are collaborating with a brilliant company called Chip Wireless. So the two hand in hand should be able to make an absolute dent in this plan. It is happy and a good thing for people in those areas where connectivity is restricted. Amazon, they plan to revamp your Alexa. And I can't say that too loud because she will start talking, but basically, they are going to give you an upgrade, and Claude AI will become the new smarty pants over in the device. And what's interesting is, and I think about this, and please let me know your comments. So AI, as it comes and we get used to it, it was very clunky at the beginning. And if anybody has had conversations with Alexa, Have you ever found yourself yelling at her? I have. As the devices get less clunky, my wonder is, will they carry a memory and at some point be like, yo, remember in 2022 when you were just having a pissy fit with me? Well, I'm gonna fuck with your life right now. So they have the ability to do this. And this is another thing I'm just gonna touch on because it made me think of just absolutely crazy things that are happening. And I will try and cover this in my Substack tomorrow. But artificial intelligence is now able to use your Wi-Fi router, and they can emanate Wi-Fi rays into a room, and they can figure out exactly where you are. And I'm not saying where your heat signature is. I am talking about an absolute representation of your body. This is off of waves that your Wi-Fi is emitting. The AI in your AI everywhere has the ability to use this as a fucking camera. This is no lens needed. No lens needed. This is crazy. Let that sink in a bit because it is going to bring a wild wave of innovative and scary things. A thing I was pondering this morning, mass adoption in crypto, it remains an absolutely complex issue. Despite significant advancements in blockchain infrastructure, we have layer 1, layer 2, we're working on layer 7, we got it all. The scalability of all this thing depends on people being able to use it. The UX UI is clunky, it is cumbersome, it is not user friendly. How long is it before it is just super easy to use? I think one of the reasons that's alarming, and when you think about it, seeing Pavel get arrested, is Telegram is so easy to use. Its capabilities are immense. You can create a chat and put robots in your chat to help you do things. And these are absolutely brilliant features. You can put a trading robot in it. You can put a price check robot in it. You can put a chat feature. You can put a validator. You can do all of these things. You can create a chat with a security audit, so you need to be a member to get in. It's absolutely a different kind of social network. It reminds me of the old days, right? Like the BBSs, where I don't know, the early internet days. We get into these technology things that are great, but we always go back to this core communication level where it's visceral and real and there's no advertisements, right? That's what Telegram represents. This collective conversation that happens so rapidly. You can tune in absolutely whenever you want, and you're right in the mix of activity. If you have interest in trading crypto, there are crypto chats that are 24/7 with people from around the world. And if you're in a chat with 60 people from around the world, the market never stops. The minute you wake up, you can log into Telegram and see this is what they're trading. This is the hot thing on the market right now. So these things level the playing field in a way that hasn't been accessible, in my opinion, ever before. Telegram is amazing for that. It is possibly one of the reasons why they are seeing the power that it has in deciding to start detaining the person behind it. Is it something that is so powerful? Is the hammer that it has the ability to come down with so powerful and yet unrealized that governments are trying to put a stop to it now? I also think it's interesting that it's very soon in the US that I think TikTok has a date where they have to make a decision by. Either they're going to sell to the United States or TikTok is going to, in all essence, vanish. Now, let's think about this. So we are in the United States. Elon Musk is here. I am on X all the time. They have just outlawed X in Brazil. If you are somewhere in the Orient and you are watching TikTok and you are watching the United States government say we're no longer going to allow this service, what's the difference? Tell me what the difference is. These are scary times. Free speech is being threatened everywhere, and it shouldn't be. If you guys are still craving crypto clarity, please subscribe to my Substack today. Warning, rare bits may cause hodling.